Hi everyone, my name's Lily. I'll be guiding us through our Vinyasa flow today. And before we begin, you may want to have two blocks present. If you don't have blocks, that is totally okay. We don't necessarily need them, but they're just nice to have. If you don't have a set, you could always use a water bottle, you could always use books. Make do with what you have is what I say. But when you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started lying on our backs. Give yourself plenty of space to lie down. And we'll just begin to make our way. Letting our shoulders rest. Letting the back of the head land. And just begin to take up some space here. Whether that means extending your legs out long, or if it feels better to have the knees bent, the feet grounded, you're always welcome to take that. We'll let our arms, our hands begin to settle, beginning to softly close the eyes. Just begin to relax through the face, releasing the jaw, letting the eyes grow really heavy. And just begin to feel your body against the earth, feeling that support beneath you from your mat. Just noticing where in the body you're making contact with the earth. Feeling that support, that energy meeting you where you're at. Just allow your body to grow a touch more heavy, softening where you can. And we'll start to take deeper inhales in through the nose, filling up into our belly, into our chest. And we'll take nice long exhales out through the nose, releasing. And just deepening into that rhythm of our breath. Full inhales in. And long exhales out. And we'll use our breath today as we move throughout our postures, throughout our asanas. We'll use our breath as an anchor, something to help guide us throughout our movement. Just having it be something we can continuously come back to if you notice the mind wandering, thoughts drifting. But as we hold here in stillness, let's take another full breath in. And a nice breath out. And on your next inhale, we'll begin to reach the arms up overhead, sweeping the arms all the way towards the wall behind you, growing long into opposite directions. Begin to reach out through your toes, all the way through the hands. We'll take another full breath in. And on your exhale, we'll hug our knees into our chest. Just one at a time, bending the knees in, giving yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe finding a little rock side to side. Massaging into the low back, the hips. And coming to stillness, we'll keep our right knee hugging in and begin to send our left leg out long on our mat. For Ekapada Uttanasana, we'll give that right leg a big squeeze. And we'll let that left thigh get really heavy. Continuing to stay with the breath. And we'll think of guiding our right thigh a little bit more out and over towards the right side body. Almost like you could draw your knee up to your right armpit. Just holding here, breathing. And on your next exhale, with the help of the hands, we'll guide our right leg across our body over to the left, coming into a twist. And begin to extend your right arm out from your shoulder. It can be straight out. You can always bend at the elbow, letting the forearm rest. But let your shoulders stay really heavy. Letting the back of the head stay grounded. And maybe you turn your gaze to the right, looking towards your right hand, just deepening into this shape, this twist a bit more. And nice and slow on your inhale, we'll unwind, coming back into center, and we'll switch out our legs. We'll bend our left knee in and send our right leg out long, letting the right leg now get really heavy as we give our left thigh a big squeeze in, a big hug in. Remember, we'll think of guiding the leg, the thigh, a little bit out and over towards our side body, really hugging it in to the side ribs. Take one more inhale here. And on your exhale, we find our twist, guiding the right knee, right leg over, extending, left knee over. We'll extend our left arm out, reaching, extending, and again, letting the shoulders ground. Maybe turning your gaze now to the left. Just stay with your breath. Taking your time, we'll slowly unwind, coming back into center. And once back, we'll rebend both knees into our chest. And we'll send our legs up to the sky, straightening out through our knees. Release your hands, your arms down beside your body. Let the hands ground down into the mat. And with our legs extended, maybe you begin to check in with your feet, your ankles, just spinning the feet around and then reversing, taking it the opposite way. And you can point and flex through the feet, maybe spread the toes, wiggling the toes. And then let's come to stillness with the feet. Begin to activate either flexing or pointing through the ankles. Whatever feels best, allowing you to really engage through the legs, your quads, the thighs, feeling muscle hug bone squeezing in. As we hold, we'll take another inhale here. On your exhale, we'll lower our right heel to hover up off the mat a few inches, a few feet. On your inhale, we'll lift that right leg back up to meet our left. And exhale on the other side, lowering the left heel to hover. Inhaling to lift. And we'll just move like this, side to side. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling to lift. Again, exhaling. Inhaling. Just moving with your own breath, side to side. Let's take one more either side. Just evening out to our right and to our left. And once you finish, let's rebend our knees into our chest. Just relaxing, releasing through the abdominals. And as the knees come back into our chest, let's bring our hands to the backs of our thighs, right behind our knees. And we'll begin to rock and roll along the length of our spine, just a few times, forward and back. Massaging along the length of the spine. And then nice and slow, let's rock all the way up to Navasana, boat pose. Finding your legs nice and lifted out long in front of you. Chest nice and open. And of course, you're always welcome to plant the feet. Think of lengthening, lifting through the spine, broadening across the chest. And again, we take a lean back, lifting one foot at a time, letting the shins parallel. And of course, the hands can always stay here supporting, or you could extend your arms forward, reaching your fingertips forward towards your toes. But again, we want to stay nice and open through the chest, nice and long through the spine. We're here with the breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tabletop. We'll slowly begin to plant the palms and make our way to our hands and our knees. All fours. Beginning to find the stacking of our joints. So wrists around our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. And getting some more movement here. Exploring through our cat-cows. On your inhale, cow pose. Reach your tailbone high. Let your belly drop as you gaze forward. On your exhale, cat, think the opposite. Tucking, rounding, drawing chin to chest. Inhale, back to cow, finding that back bend. Exhale, we curling round. Keep moving just like this with your breath. And as you flow back and forth, if you notice your body calling out for any additional movement, invite that in, whatever it may be. Maybe hip circles, maybe barrel rolls with your chest. You can stretch into the wrists, into the neck, maybe tucking the toes, getting into the bottoms of your feet. But just exploring. Continuing to check in with the physical, but staying with the breath. And on your inhale, let's come back into tabletop. Finding our neutral position, nice flat back. Once here, we'll spread our fingers nice and wide. Begin to tuck your toes under. Take a full breath in. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. We lift our knees to send our hips up and back. First down dog of our practice. Maybe you begin to pedal out your feet. Maybe walking the dog. Or finding any other movement that's calling to you here. Maybe swing the hips side to side, wagging the tail. You can take a twist. Anything. Just exploring. And if you're finding movement, let's slowly come back to stillness in our downward facing dog. Continuing to send the tailbone nice and high, letting the chest melt back towards your thighs, but feeling that hug of the front body. The low belly drawing in and up. Front ribs knitting together. And on your next inhale, reach your right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. On your exhale, begin to bend into that right knee, sending your right heel over to the left. So we're opening up through our hips. Think of stacking. And that right shoulder will want to come with you, but rather than letting it open up, can you think of squaring your shoulders off towards the mat beneath you? Letting your gaze come back towards the left toes. And on your inhale, begin to raise straighten through that right leg, squaring off through the hips. Then slowly lower that right foot back down. And let's switch sides. Inhaling the left leg high. Exhaling to bend, to open, stacking through the hips, squaring off through the shoulders. On your inhale, begin to re-straighten, squaring off, and we'll slowly release that left foot back down to the mat. Begin to widen your feet to be as wide as your mat. And on your exhale, we'll walk our hands back to meet our feet, the back edge of our mat, forward fold. As we land here, put a nice bend at your knees. We'll grab opposite elbows, ragdoll, letting the entire upper body get really heavy here. Can you think of shifting your weight towards your toes? Putting a nice soft bend at your knees so we can lift our hip bones up just a little higher. Letting our torso get a little heavier. And maybe you shake out your head. Yes and no. Maybe shifting the weight between the feet. Bending, straightening into the legs. On your exhale, coming to stillness, release your elbows. Let your hands get heavy to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins, to the earth, lengthening through the crown of your head. Nice flat back shape. On your exhale, we fold, letting it all go. We'll take that a couple more times. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, root down to rise all the way up. Stand tall, reaching up, maybe looking up. And on your exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, both arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, melting over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Begin to walk out to a high plank position. We're flowing through our first vinyasa. So as we shift forward, now you can always lower your knees down, but we'll exhale to lean forward, shift forward, and lower either halfway, all the way. Inhaling to your back bend. Low cobra, full cobra, up dog. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up and back. Just coming back to the breath. Back to stillness. So flowing through sun salutation A. On your inhale, begin to lift your heels. Exhale to bend your knees, and gazing to your hands, begin to walk, step, maybe float your way up to your forward fold. Once you get there, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just like that. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, stepping maybe, floating back. We lower with control, keeping the elbows in. Inhale to expand, lifting through the chest, the heart. On your exhale, use your core to lift your hips, downward facing dog. We'll take that one more round. So on your inhale, begin to lift your heels. Exhale to bend your knees and travel your way up. Inhaling halfway when you get there. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, root down to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just like that. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, stepping back with control. We lower nice and slow. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling back, down dog. Once back and down dog. Inhale, your right leg up and back. On your exhale, shift forward. Step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. We'll softly release that back knee down, and we'll stay low here to begin. So option to untuck the back toes. Maybe walking the front foot forward or back knee back. We want to put a nice bend into our right knee so we can let our hips sink, finding a nice stretch through the front side of that left leg, that left hip. And again, you're always welcome to invite in blocks, lifting the earth up to you, allowing it to meet you where you're at, giving a little bit more space to work with. And as we hold, think of lengthening out through your spine, through the crown of your head, letting the shoulders melt away from the ears. We'll take another inhale. This time on your exhale, half split. Send your hips back, straighten out through that right leg. You might even walk that right foot forward. Now hands can stay out long, or you can walk the hands back under your shoulders. We'll take an inhale, halfway lift. Find that length. And on your exhale, we fold. As we fold here, keep softly grounding that right heel down. Feel like lengthening through that right hip all the way back. And on your next inhale, begin to lift your head, your chest. We'll rebend into that right knee, walking the hands forward. Now as we walk the hands forward, begin to bend your left knee. Draw your left foot towards your left glute. Then we'll pivot that leg out, landing the left foot down over to the right. We'll bring the hands to the inside of our right leg, our right foot. Keep your right hand grounded on the inside of your right ankle. And inhale your right arm to the sky. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see. We're in a modified warrior 2 here. So we're bending nice and generously into that front knee, keeping our chest nice and open. And think of spinning that right inner thigh up towards the sky. And on your inhale, let's rise. Modified warrior 2. Gazing over the front fingertips. Take another inhale. And another exhale. Your inhale will flip the front palm. Drop your back arm reverse. Reach up and back. And on your exhale, come forward again. Releasing that right hand down. Left arm to the sky. Take one more inhale. And on your exhale, sweep that left hand back down. We'll draw our left foot back behind us to tuck the back toes. Lift that back knee. And we'll release our blocks. If we got them, to plant our palm, stepping back to plank, flowing through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. And once back. Inhale your left leg up and back. On your exhale, shift forward, stepping that foot through. Low lunge. We softly release that back knee. An option to untuck the back toes, but we stay low here. Letting the hips sink, but still thinking of lifting through the chest, through that heart space. Just stay with your breath. Take one more inhale here. On your exhale, half splits. We send the hips back, straightening out through that left side, left knee. Maybe walking the hands back. But take that inhale, halfway lift. And on your exhale, we fold, softening down. On your next inhale, begin to lift your head, your chest. We'll re-bend into our left knee, walking our hands forward. And once forward, begin to bend into your right knee, drawing right foot towards right glute. And we'll sweep that foot out and over to the left, landing it down. So we can bring our hands to the inside of that left leg. We'll keep our left hand planted right on the inside of our left ankle. And inhale your right arm to the sky. Feel your hips opening, your chest opening. And on your inhale, let's rise, reaching up into opposite directions. Gaze forward over your front left fingertips. And on your inhale, we reverse, flipping the front palm, dropping that back arm, reaching up and back. And on your exhale, find that side angle. Reaching forward, releasing left hand down, right arm to the sky. And on your exhale, we sweep that right palm down. We'll turn the right toes in, tucking them under to lift the right knee. Stepping back to plank, flowing through your vinyasa, or however you choose to travel. We will meet in our downward facing dog when you're ready. As we arrive back, take another full breath in. This time on your exhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet at the back edge of your mat. Forward fold. Once there, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Begin to now heel toe your feet to be as wide as your mat. Let your heels turn in, toes turn out just slightly. Setting up for malasana, begin to bend your knees, sink your hips down towards your heels. And then begin to lift through your chest. We'll bring our palms to touch out in front of us, right at heart center. And bring your elbows to the inside of your legs. Begin to press the arms into the legs. And then think of expanding through the chest. Lifting, lengthening through the spine. Malasana, or yogi squat. As we hold here, on your inhale, reach your right hand out to the right and sweep your left arm up to the sky, finding a nice twist. And on your exhale, come back to center, bringing palms to touch, and we'll switch sides. Left arm reaches, right arm expands, full breath in. And on your exhale, we come back to center, bringing palms to touch. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands to the earth. We lift our hips and straighten through the knees. Begin to heel toe your feet to be as wide as your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Planting your palms, we'll walk back out to downward facing dog. Just taking 2 more full rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, child's pose. We release the knees, bring big toes to touch. Let your hips melt back to your heels, softening your heart, your head to the earth. Now taking your time, we'll slowly make our way up towards a comfortable seated position. So slowly, beginning to rise back up. We'll sweep the legs around to one side, finding our way down into a seat. And once on your bum, let's scoot forward. Give yourself plenty of space back behind you, just like how we started class. We'll begin to travel our way on back down. So slowly rolling, letting the shoulders land, letting the head relax back. And once you come back onto the back, we'll start with our knees bent, the soles of our feet grounded. And we'll find the feet about hips width distance. And let the arms rest down beside you. And once you land here, on your inhale, we'll lift our right foot up and send the right foot up towards the sky, straightening out through that knee. You're going to flex into your right ankle, drawing your toes towards your face, pressing the heel away. And then we'll cross the right ankle over our left thigh, figure 4 with the legs. Think of sending that right thigh away from you, maybe using that right hand to help. And you could stay just like this. Or if you'd like to add on, exploring a different layer, we can lift the left foot up and interlace the hands behind that left thigh. Now, if you choose to lift that foot, you could always hold in the stillness, or maybe you find a little rock side to side. Personally, I always like to shift towards my opposite hip, so left hip. And really think of sending that right thigh away. It hits a little bit more into the right outer glute, that piriformis muscle. And wherever you may be, on your next exhale, let's slowly come back to center, releasing the left foot down. And we'll now cross our right leg even more over our left. So our knees, our thighs are meeting. We'll extend our arms out into a T, a cactus. And we'll scoot our hips a little over to the right. So we could release our knees to the left. Cross-legged twist. Let your thighs get really heavy. Your shoulders to stay grounded. And stay with your breath. As you're ready, on your inhale, begin to unwind back to center. We'll uncross our legs, resetting the hips, and we'll switch sides. We'll lift our left foot up, beginning to flex through that left ankle, and then we'll cross the left ankle over our right thigh. Figure 4 here on the other side. Just now thinking of sending the left leg further away from the torso. And staying with the breath. And of course, if you chose to explore adding on layers last side, we'll try our best to find that again here, evening ourselves out to the best of our abilities. Nice and slow, let's all come back, releasing the right sole of the foot down if it's lifted. We'll further cross the legs, so left leg further over the right, so we could extend our arms out. We'll scoot our hips a little to the left and release our knees to the right, landing in our twist, now on the other side. Nice and slow. As you're ready, on your inhale, we unwind. Coming back into center, we'll uncross our legs, reset our hips, and let's hug our knees into our chest just one more time. Giving yourself another big squeeze in. And then nice and slow, we'll release our feet back down. Beginning to set up for our final resting position. So allow your feet, your legs to reach out long towards that top edge. Beginning to rest the arms, the hands down beside your body. And just allow yourself to take up a little more space here. Begin to let your eyes softly close. Relaxing through the forehead, your jaw. We'll release the tongue from the roof of our mouth. Just allowing ourselves these last final few moments to just be. Keeping the body really soft. Begin to invite movement, gentle movements back into the body. You could wiggle into the fingers, the toes. Maybe circle out wrists, ankles. And we'll take deeper inhales. Inviting life and movement back into the body. And as you're ready, maybe reaching your arms up overhead. And we'll slowly begin to roll to one side. Just pausing there on your side body for a brief moment. And then slowly begin to press yourself up, rising all the way up to meet in a comfortable seat. And as you arrive, we'll softly close our eyes and bring our hands to meet at heart center, resting the thumbs against your heart space and spreading the rest of the fingers out. Just taking these last final few moments to reflect, to notice any changes, any shifts in energy. And just honoring your practice, honoring yourself for taking this time for you. And from my heart to yours, I bow to you. Thank you.